Book of Second Epistle of John, chapter 1, verse 6. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. All right? So that's what love is, man. Most High don't love us so much that he gave us the laws and commandments, the statutes and judgments, man. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Exactly, for our good. So we don't wind up like the so-called white man. So our kingdom doesn't wind up like how the so-called white man's kingdom is. About to be destroyed and shit. About to receive nuclear missiles and stuff. For our own good, man, that we may live and prosper. Are we prospering now? No, because the curses are still on us, man. We're still on our land of captivity. We're still up underneath our slave masters. Up underneath the people who led us into captivity. Why? Because we refuse to hearken into the laws that will bring good to us, man. The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. Right. So we know the laws is good, man. But we refuse to hearken unto that which is good. And that's why we in the land of our captivity. That's why we've been lynched for 400 years. Burned alive for 400 years. Working sweat and blood for the so-called white man for 400 plus years. So that's why it's very crucial to keep the law. The Most High wants us to be a holy nation, like the Most High is holy. To be separate from these other heathenistic people. But you so-called Negroes, man, you want pleasure. You want to be just like these other nations. You want to be just like your oppressor, the so-called white man. You don't even realize that America is going to be destroyed. So let's go back. Book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? See, that's what you Israelites are saying. How's the Most High loved us? The Most High done loved you so much, he gave you the law. He done gave you the commandments, man. To keep yourselves and to strengthen yourselves. That you may be unlike these other nations. So we as a people done been a bunch of damn fools. We done been foolish in the sight of the Most High. That's why we in captivity right up until this day. Up underneath the so-called white man. John chapter 3 verse 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Right? That world is speaking about the nation of Israel, the nation of Yasha Allah, you so-called Negroes and Latinos. Because the word world there, the word world, when you go into the Greek, the word you're going to see is cosmos, which basically means a certain segment of people, a certain society of people. That's what the word cosmos means. It's not talking about all you other nations, man. The only nation that the Most High love are the so-called Negroes and Latinos. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. That's right. The Most High doesn't change, man. He's never changed. He still loves the nation of Israel. He still hates Esau, the so-called white man. You understand? And the prophecies are going to stand sure. America's still going to be destroyed with nuclear warfare. That's the so-called white man's society future. That's his future, man. Thermonuclear destruction. For the Most High hates you so-called white people, man. It's not within your spirit to do righteousness. That's why you have Harry Potter, witchcraft, Lord of the Rings, and all this madness, man. That's the spirit of you so-called white people. You a bunch of damn witches, man. Faggots and freaks. So why would the Most High bless you wicked people, man? The book of John, chapter 3, verse 16. For the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. The world means cosmos. In the Greek, it's referring to the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes and Latinos. Let's prove that yet again.